In this video presentation, we're going to cover console options for library. This is the place where you save all your library parts and your folders. You select Tools and drop down to Options. And then in console options, it defaults to Design, which we already covered in the previous two videos. Now we're going to open up the library. And in the library, we have 4 different folders. The first folder is your default library. So when you create a master FPX file, you would put that FPX file in a folder on your computer. And then you would select this ... button at the end, and you would browse to that folder where you put your master FPX file, and you would load it. Then, every time that you open Footprint Expert, your FPX file will open instead of sample. Program comes with a sample library, and you don't want to use it. It's just there as a placeholder for when you create your own master FPX file. The next folder is your default import from folder. So when you download parts from Pod, if you use Parts on Demand, okay, they're going to be dumped into your downloads folder. Or if you have another folder set aside where you're creating new FPX files and then you want to import them into your master FPX file, that would be the folder that you would pick. Okay, that would be your default import folder. It could be either downloads or some other folder that you create that you can import from. The next folder down is your default save to folder. Where do you want to save? If you create a new FPX file and for a specific design, and then you want to take that FPX file and file save, then it's going to go to that folder. It could be any folder that you want to create on your computer. I would recommend that you create the folder first and then select the folder. But you can also create a new folder. You can make a folder right here if you open up that menu. So this is your tree for your folders, and then make a new folder here. But if you already have a folder, just select it. The next folder is the backup folder. You can create 1 to 10 backup files. They are called BAK files, and they're stored in a directory of your choosing. You would select the ... at the end of it, and you would go ahead and create a folder or use the default folder for backups. The backup file is created every time that you open an FPX file and you select the Save button. It saves a BAK file. So if you create like 3 BAK files, if you say, I want 3 backups, okay? So when you save the FPX file, it'll save backup 1, and it'll actually put the date that you saved the file in the file name. And then if you save it again, it'll create backup file number 2, and it'll have the date and the time that file was created. If you save it again, it'll create backup file number 3. And if you save it again, it'll overwrite backup file number 1, and it goes into a loop, okay? And the backup files are normally there in case you crash the system or you don't save your work or something happened where you blew up the software somehow via a power outage, a disk drive crash or something, whatever, where all your backup files are saved. Okay. Then we have the default name for the multi-part creation. So when you create one footprint, one library part, okay, it'll always put the footprint name in the output to your CAD tool. And when you create multiple parts, Footprint Expert doesn't know what the footprint name is because there's multiple footprint names in this one file. So the default name for that file is going to be new parts. So you can create like 100 parts at a time, okay? And then you could also rename this multi-part file name to whatever file name that you want, okay? So the default is just new parts. And that concludes the library section of the console options.
Simplify, standardize, and automate an entire IPC and IEC compliant library. Detailed, accurate, reliable, professional. Highest quality footprints and 3D step models, clicks away. Many companies worldwide are easily generating their CAD libraries. You should too. Get a fully functional Footprint Expert Evaluation license for any CAD format and demo today. Contact us at PCBlibraries.com or call 847-557-2300.